Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan is steeped in tradition and rich in culture. It is also emerging as a model for what can be achieved when women have the opportunity to serve in public office. Jordan is showing the world that women's participation in the national political process can bring about positive social, political, and cultural change. Jordanian women were granted the constitutional right to vote in 1974. They first ran for office in 1989. That year, none of the 12 women running for seats in Jordan's House of Representatives won their elections. However, 2 women were appointed by the king to the federal Senate. Few women were elected to the House or appointed to the Senate during the 1990s. Then in 2003, Jordan reserved a quota of 6 seats for women out of the 110 elected seats in the House. 7 women were appointed to the Senate by the king. In Jordan today, more women than ever participate in education, business, and public affairs. A support system of women's organizations provides much-needed education, training, and encouragement, empowering the next generation of Jordanian women to contribute to the daily life of their country in increasingly significant ways. Pioneering women serving in Parliament have made remarkable progress since the historic elections of 2003. They now hold key positions in legislative committees and leadership seats in the House and Senate. But perhaps their most meaningful accomplishment to date is their very presence in the legislative process. They represent a new statement and a force in the national legislature that will help Jordan achieve true democracy. The first woman to be appointed to the Senate is Layla Sharaf. Layla has worked as a newscaster and a human rights activist, as well as Minister of Information in Jordan. Prior to joining the Senate, Layla served as head of the Royal Society for the Conservation of Nature. Layla has focused her legislative efforts on conservation and has worked to secure protection of the nation's forests. Her leadership on the issue was crucial in the fight against an amendment that would have allowed investors to develop within forest areas.
I think that her leadership was very important because we wanted somebody who has a vision and Her Excellency, that she had the vision, that she understood that if the proposed law was accepted by the Parliament, that means a major threat to biodiversity conservation and forest in Jordan. So her vision, her long-term vision, was very important.
Layla has risen to leadership positions in the Senate. She is assistant to the President of the Senate and serves as a member of the Foreign Relations Committee and the Health and Environmental Committee. She has paved the way for women who have come after her and set an example for what a woman senator can accomplish.
I think that the vision is very important, the leadership is very important, the dedication and willingness to work and allocating part of their time is very important. So I wish that in the future that we have more women such as Layla Sharaf who are willing and wants to work for a public cause. And I think Layla Sharaf spent most of her time in supporting public cause, and RCN part of, again, the public cause, because we also dedicated for biodiversity conservation.
Layla is pleased to have more women join her in the Senate.
We have constant consultations with each other. We meet formally within the Senate and the committees, and outside on social occasions. We always plan gatherings so that we can exchange ideas, discuss issues. And many of us are friends before we became senators, so there is a congeniality.
One of these women is May Abu Al-Saman. May brings to her work in the Senate a deeply rooted commitment to education and a keen understanding of the issues confronting rural and Bedouin women. As Secretary General of the Jordanian National Forum for Women, May has worked in Bedouin communities to improve social and economic conditions. She currently serves on Senate committees dealing with tourism, legal issues, and education.
بعتقد إنه اللي بسعدني جدا إنه من خلال عملي في الأعيان استطعت إني أحظى بكسب تأييد زملائي في الأعيان والنواب لقضايا المرأة، القضايا العامة وخاصة المرأة.
May enjoys a sense of partnership with her fellow senators, male and female.
العلاقة القائمة بين يعني بين الأعيان الرجال والستات يعني علاقة تقوم على الاحترام.
May's constituents are pleased with her abilities and expertise.
هي سيدة عين أول شيء مي إنسانة تربوية، إلها بالعمل العام باع طويل، متمكنة، عارفة شو قضايا المرأة الأردنية، شو هي بحاجة وشو لازم تتلبى هاي القضايا. فهي من الستات الأردنيات المتميزات القادرات على صنع القرار داخل المجلس.
Wujdan Al-Tahuni Al-Sakat brings a unique perspective to the Jordanian parliament. As a businesswoman and entrepreneur, she understands the challenges and opportunities facing women who want to enter the business world.
One of the difficult problems is to convey the problems of women issues and the women in business and business in general to the legislations, and also to support change. I have the honor now to chair the Jordan Forum for Business and Professional Women. Actually, our vision is to participate in Jordan development in politics, social, and mostly also economic. And we try to encourage women to be economically independent, and also to encourage them to reach decision-making.
Her commitment to making change for Jordan led her to run for the House of Representatives in 2003. Though she did not win the election, Wujdan was appointed to the Senate. She now serves on the Finance and Economics Committee and the Administrative Committee. Jewelry designer Rawabi Abu Hazala is one of the women who has benefited from Wujdan's leadership.
Wujdan Sakat, she is a very devoted woman to her work and to the BPW especially. She believes that it's her baby and she needs to take care of it. And she uses the power that she has in the parliament and in her role as a person in the government to help women to reach their goals in business and to improve themselves in that issue.
Wujdan is married and the proud mother of 3 children.
Because I was always a businesswoman, I was working very hard all the time. I am one of those lucky women that are really supported by their husband. He supports me a lot, even now, whenever I need his help. I'm supported by my children, by my brothers, but my mother is very skeptical, still skeptical.
Wujdan has already achieved much in her accomplished career, and she is optimistic about the future.
My aspirations are great, and I always look forward